Girl, I think you're royalty and you deserve nothing less than my loyalty. You hold me down in return, you get more of me. That's how it feel when you're someone's priority, babe. Now what you gonna do with that? I know you ain't used to that. I'll show you better, babe. I'll show you better. I know you're used to letdowns and heartbreaks.
Yes. Tonight and tonight only, because this opportunity only comes once a week. You get to be live on Grown Folks Business with Goddess Sierra and Goddess Earlene. And I tell you what, tonight is a bit of a surprise even for Earlene, because we didn't go over the show. I just did something. I was feeling a little crazy and I was like, you know what? I really want to know what's the problem with Black relationship. And I went through, talking with people and trying to bring guests onto the show. And it just wasn't working out, because what I was getting was a bunch of malarkey. I mean, it all sounds good, brothers, and sisters, when you try to smarten it up and make it sound like something that it's not. But at the end of the day, I feel like we are just in crisis as a people, especially when it comes to the art of relating, which brings forward the art of relationship. And so I really wanted to see what was the problem. I thought this was going to be some long, drawn out process, and it wasn't. It took me a day and a half, people, a day and a half on the internet. I decided I can't keep up with the technology, so I decided to go with Tinder, because that's what I knew. And as I told y'all before, as a social experiment before, I went on Tinder to promote my business, and it was met with a lot of backlash. Men were really upset, but I was honest in my profile, and I said what I was there for. Some guys hit me up and were like, hold up, wait a minute, are you on here promoting your business? And I was like, well, of course, as a sexual wellness coach, and the fact that you feel that you can only meet a woman online, I could give you a few pointers. That didn't go over well. As a Daikini, it went over well, but brothers actually thought they was going to get my services for free, and the devil is a lie. So I decided this time to go on Tinder and see what the dating scene was like for the singles, ladies, and the gentlemen. So the concept is that you simply look at a photo, but of course, me being cerebral, I wanted to see what people were saying. Well, the women, they said a lot, but the men, it may have been 2 or 3 lines, and it was mostly only the men who were shorter in stature. They said things like, I'm 5'7", if that doesn't bother you. And I was like, well, if you're 5'7", how could that bother somebody? Because your height isn't something that you can control. But then I recognized through talking to friends and everything, I'm just too cerebral. I think like that. A man, if I like a man, I like a man. I'm not concerned about whether he's too short, too tall, too black, too white. Now, I'm not going to lie, though. Back in the day when I was superficial and young, absolutely. I was like, I want him to look like Albie Shore. He got to be cute. His teeth got to be straight. I want curly hair. But see, that was during the time when I was procreating, and I wasn't going to make ugly twice. That was my viewpoint. I was like, I want my children to be attractive. And so I was like, I wasn't into promoting a less attractive brother. But here's the thing. As I've gotten older, I just try to get to know people for who they are. And the Goddess Earlene is with us. She's just on mute because she's running a few errands. Oh, I hear you now. You're good. What's up, girl?
I am good. How y'all doing?
See, I never could have got Earlene to do it. I couldn't have got Earlene to do it. She'd have been like, I am not finna go. Listen, no. I had to do it for myself, ladies. I had to see what you all were out here dealing with. Okay, so Earlene.
I've been listening, and
are you able to stay off mute?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is going to get deep, and I'm going to need you to go there.
Into online dating, I just can't do it. And for people who don't know, I think, I don't know. I don't know what it is about the online dating thing, but the catfishing, the lying, the fact that it seems like most of the online dating is based on sexual stuff, and it just grosses me out.
Here's the thing.
Too much.
it's kind of hard to catfish now on these websites because they all are linked together and they want your Facebook and they're doing all these facial recognition things. And people don't realize we have snitched ourselves into the technological age of self-snitching to where now you can't use a fake name. I mean, they had the nerve to put my age up there, just 45, blam. I was like, oh, they tried it. then they said, if you want to hide your age, you need to pay us. I said, what?
Whoa.
So these companies are getting a lot smarter now. So they pull your information, and if you want to hide certain information, you got to pay a monthly fee. Well, I was like, so be it. I'm 45 and I'm flawless and I'm flawed at the same time. I'm perfect. So yes. And so I was ready for it. I said, okay, fine. But you know me, Early. I don't like the milk if it's spoiled. So I like my men young.
Yes.
I don't like them old. So I said to myself, what are we going to do here? I said, well, I want to, and so then it allowed me to choose what kind of man I wanted. So I said I wanted a man from age 29 to 45. And trust me, 45, I was lying. That was pushing it. But I just wanted to see what was available. And then I realized that I had to look at pictures. And it was like swipe left. I think if you don't like them, and swipe right if you like them, and swipe up if you super like them. Well, here's the cheat. Men get to pay to see if a woman like them before they actually like her. I guess women do too, but women aren't really into that. Women are just kind of like, oh, if he likes me, he likes me. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Well, men have a cheat now because they can pay Tinder, and actually before they like you, they can Yes, I'm not a cougar. I'm just, I just got told on the board that I was a cougar. I'm actually a woman. And here's the thing. The pole gives out before the hole. So I don't want anyone with a bent or damaged pole.
Wow.
Yes, I want the man to be working. Okay, ladies, I want him functional. I'm not keeping you around to cut the grass. Javier cut my grass. I'm good. You understand what I'm saying? I gets my grass cut. But when I want somebody to come in and lay the pipe, I'm not going to call the electrician. I'm going to call the plumber. So that's exactly why I like a man that's younger. You brothers not out here eating right. You're not keeping yourself healthy. And
my mind is in the gutter.
And I can't knock on wood. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so I don't want a man in the bedroom with that little engine mentality. I think I can. I want a man that knows he can and does it. Yes. And so if that's a cougar, then I'll be it. But here's the thing, Earlene. This is what I found out. Okay. So in the day and a half, because I was really nervous. First of all, no offense to Caucasian men, I'm just not attracted to you. So I didn't think that you were attracted to me either. But turns out when I asked Spirit a couple of white boys, I was a match. I was like, what? Really? I wouldn't have thought it because I don't really look at them in that way. But apparently they're looking at the goddess, so yes. And so white boys, first of all, I know that's so terrible. White boys, I'm from the East Coast, forgive me. White boys, y'all have no game straight up. So the white guy says to me, thanks for swiping right. And I said, well, who could resist Mickey? And he wrote back, I'm sorry, confused. Now, this fool was in a picture with Mickey Mouse. How you don't know the picture that you posted? So I wrote back, the mouse, and I sent laughter. You know what I'm saying? And he says, oh, I didn't realize. Like, you don't realize
he had no personality, huh?
No, listen, his personality was on 0. He never said anything else. And so I was like, no problem, because he didn't even know he was in a picture with a mouse. This is what I found out. So the white men weren't really having conversation. I'm not really sure what they were picking me for, because my profile was very detailed. I said who I was, what I did, all of that. So now we're going to get to the brothers. This is what I found. Ladies. And I'm not dissing any gentlemen. You're welcome to call in at 310-928-7733 and tell me what the deal is with you brothers. I stay off of y'all because I don't know, but I'm going to spill the tea on what it was for me. So what I found out was the average man of color that was on this website between the ages of 27 and 35 had no career.
Whoa. Yeah.
didn't have a career. Some of them posted things like, I run my own business, but then their pictures was at their job. And you saw plaques on the wall that you were a car salesman. And see, in Texas, you get about $214 per car you sell. And a lot of times the car dealerships here sit empty in this military town, because they're waiting on paydays or tax returns or whatever. So, I mean, you talk about 13 to 14 people trying to get $200. It's like a melee, like a frenzy. So those guys are pretty broke. So I found that, between the ages of like 27 and 35, they already had a couple of kids and all worked dead end jobs. Now, this is just on Tinder. It doesn't mean that it wasn't available for other people, but this is just on this particular website. Then the brothers that had good jobs, they posted it. I got a good job. But they were the ones who explicitly wanted you to say something sexual to them. They didn't say that to you, but the moment they spoke and I spoke and they said a little bit of short talk, they kind of waited. When I didn't say that I was doing anything sexual, they quickly just stopped talking to me. So I found that the brothers that had good jobs weren't talkative. The brothers that had dead end jobs were more talkative and more engaging, because I guess they were kind of like, oh, sister got to get to know me. But here's the thing. Yes, the plumber. And so I'm getting pictures on my board of the plumber. Now, this is not a plumber that I would want, but yes, I do want a man that knows exactly how to lay the pipes. And so I don't want an electrician unless he's really going to light me up. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm in a good mood tonight. My mama had surgery today, and she just came out and she's in recovery. And so I'm really happy about that. I'm thankful. This is my second Earth mother, and she just means so much to me. I had a really kind of sad day today early because I was nervous. And so they let me know that she's out and in recovery, and I'm really happy about that. So I can go on about this and give God praise. But so now I find the man that is like 30, there was no 37, 38, and 39. I don't know why. It jumped straight to 40. Now, these were the brothers that were clearly damaged. Okay? And Earlene, when I say damaged, I mean, ask one question and the brothers went off. So I asked them, I said, so, what brings you to Tinder? Are you looking for a relationship, casual dating, just sex? He writes back, don't stereotype me. Women be on here. And I was thinking like, huh? That's a lot of energy, brother.
He clearly has been dogged out by the women on Tinder.
Yes, I mean, he went off, and I said, I want you to have a great day, so I'm going to go ahead and release myself. I hurry up and unliked him, and Tinder, they wanted to know the reason.
You swiped right.
No, you have to go back and unfriend them like through Tinder, and so Tinder wants to know why, and crazy wasn't an option, so I put personality, like his personality was just terrible. So then I was talking with another guy, and these men, listen, it's really slim pickings. I'm going to tell you, the brothers who were in their late 30s, they looked like they were in their early 50s. They were pretty raggedy. And I thought to myself, wow, sex must be really easy to get now, because these brothers ain't even pretending to be nobody else. They on here in their full regalia, gut, whatever it was, they were just doing it, and they weren't really caring. The conversation was poor. Just through texting, they can't talk. One guy, I thought we were vibing, I'm laughing, we're talking, and I said, yeah, because I just don't know why a grown man is calling me his mother, and he goes, what? And I say, what's good, Ma? I'm being funny.
God, I hate that.
Because I'm a native New Yorker. I grew up in Maryland, since I was 13, and I'm an East Coast girl. So I have a little bit of street savvy and all that, and panache, it's normal for me. But I don't speak like that when I'm meeting someone, or I speak like that around my family mostly, but when I'm out or when I'm meeting people, I speak in, a different way. Not that I'm being false, but I just want to be appropriate because I don't know you. So he goes ballistic and tells me, just because you speak in proper sentences, don't judge me. You don't stereotype me. I could talk how I want to talk. And I was so confused because I hadn't said anything about him. I hadn't said anything personal. I just said, I don't know why a grown man will say that to me. Because here's the thing, men. You can't call a woman your mother and then get mad when she tries to mother you. Listen, call me Sierra. You don't need to call me Ma. And I'm Puerto Rican, so our men call us mommy. But mommy is a term of endearment. It doesn't mean your mother. It's the same, no different than like sexy or, mami chula or something like that. But in the same space, if you go into my country and you see the relationships, when you look at the men, they're a lot softer and the women are a lot harder because you have these men saying, mommy, 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 mommy. And our men are genuinely known to be kind of like beggars, They call them lovers, but in a lot of ways they're seen as kind of soft and meek. Not the case at all, but when you hear them just, oh, mommy, 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 it's a little bit. When I went back home this year, I was like, that's actually a little bit annoying. Why? Because I looked at the women all up in your face and pointing, mushing you in your head and all that stuff. Well, the problem is she doesn't know if she's your girlfriend or your mother or your wife or your mother. And so I think that these little nicknames and stuff, they may be cute, but words have power. So calling a woman your mom, and ladies, I really don't understand calling men daddy and being sexual with them. That's pretty. Yeah, I've never had intercourse with my father, and I never would. And I definitely wouldn't call a man that I was having intercourse with daddy. I just think it's a little bit perverse there. But when he busts you upside your head, maybe you should have been calling him Rodney and not daddy. And so anyway, back on to the subject, I found the men over 40 to be desperately broken, bitter, angry. The majority of them were divorced. One guy was like, yeah, I'm a computer programmer. I said, oh, that's great. He was like, I work from home, just me and my computer. And as I program, I just watch porn. And I thought,
wow.
What? Exactly. I thought to
Is
myself,
that sexy?
what? No, it was very gross. First of all, because I pictured him in that chair and his fat little body just doing all types of things. And I was mortified. So then when I began to look at him, I just started to stereotype. I said, yeah, you look like a weird little pervert that sits in your computer chair looking at porn. And the next thing you knew, I was looking at pictures like weirdo. I was swiping left for everybody, giving nobody a chance because I wasn't on there looking for a date. Mine was a social experiment. When the brothers asked me, so what are you here for? I said, actually, I'm here for answers. And so they were like, what? A couple got mad, and a couple said, that's pretty messed up, but I can see you needing, based upon you having a radio show, I can see why you're doing it. And I got two people that are really cool off of there. And we vibed and we talked, and we're still talking even though I'm off Tinder, but we're not talking on any type of dating levels. And so that was cool. One guy, when I asked him, he was a nice looking guy. I said, why are you on Tinder? He said, honestly, for whatever comes my way, because if anybody thinks that this BS is real, they got another thing coming. So I thought to myself, well, any woman that gets a hold of you doesn't stand a chance, because the intention is that he just gets whatever comes his way. Now, one thing that was weird, Earlene, was every man, when asked a question, immediately started blaming women. None of them could answer a question for me without saying something about a woman. And I said to them, well, I'm a woman, so I don't need to know about women. I'm asking you, why do you do this? And so apparently from the brothers that I talked to, they're saying that women are on Tinder just for casual hookups. Now, I found that hard to believe because
I believe it.
I knew you would. I knew you would. I found it hard to believe because, you know, I still believe in the purest forms of love, and I just don't see that a woman would want to be degraded in that manner, present herself in that manner. But the low self-worth and the low self-esteem is so prevalent that there's actually like a female savagery that has shown up on the scene, but they still don't recognize that it's masculine energy. They don't recognize it. And this is what I found to be the cause of Black relationship in crisis. My diagnosis early was unhealed hurts. I couldn't get one brother that wasn't in the past. Not one.
On Tinder.
Yeah.
In all honesty, Sierra, it is a lot of broken men out there, and I gotta be honest, because just as myself, I have throughout my life, I've not treated men the best.
Dogged
them.
them.
I have not treated them the best. You know, I dogged few, but I'm just not good at it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that some men just expect a lot out of a woman, period. Even at a young age, they expect too much. And so, I think some of them just, and even right now, their expectations are like too high, and they have nothing to offer. So then they come into relationships and friendships and dates, and then they want to start talking about marriage, but they don't have a job. Well, then the first thing the woman's going to say, well, you know what? I got my own house and I need some money and I need this and I need, they need, I need, you need, we all need, and they can't provide. So what happens? They retreat into their shell. They tuck their tail. They crawl into their own cards and they cry.
I talked with my brother after the experiment, and I just love my brother. I begged him to call in, but he wouldn't, but my brother was like, what makes me sick about Black women is, and this is what he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, what makes me sick about the sisters, about Black women, is they think that somebody owes them something. He said, the only thing I'm responsible for on this planet is what I spawn. That's what my brother said. That's his exact words. He said, I didn't spawn you, lady. I to take care of them children, but I don't owe you nothing. Now, this is my wonderful brother who I love, who has a great job. He's an engineer and all these things. His wife is an at-home wife. She doesn't work. And he takes care of everything, but he said that with a lot of, in his voice. And I hear women say, being a mother is the hardest thing, the hardest job, blah, blah, blah. But when you've been home all day, and I'm not talking about my sister-in-law, but I'm saying when you've been home all day and the man comes home and the dinner's not ready and you've been home all day and you want to tell him about the children and, the children did this. It's like all of that is your responsibility. But now we have it where women are out winning and making the bread and men are at home. And this is just such a kooky space for me because I'm not used to seeing men that don't work. And it seems to be so common right now. And so, ladies, if you're on Tinder and you see a dude that only shows his eyebrow, the chances are he's in a relationship. There was some guys on there, Earlene, that all they showed was their eyebrow, their tip of their nose. One dude showed his whole face but had an emoji over it. I mean, it was so bad. And I thought to myself, who would say something to you? There was another guy who had no face up. It was just blank. And I thought to myself, who would say something to you if
he was a pervert?
If the whole point of the website is to see a picture, how do you get to not put a picture? It was just really peculiar to me. And so unhealed hurts was the first thing that I experienced. The next thing was sex at your fingertips. Now, I didn't think that my sisters, that my goddesses, that my queens, that my thoughts, that my hoes, that, whatever you're going by. So I'm sorry, I had someone on my board that says it's going to get worse as automation in the job market increases. Don't shoot the messenger. You're right. I won't shoot the messenger because that is true. There are less and less jobs out here, folks, and it's getting hard out here. As my dude Terrence Howard said, it's hard out here for a pimp. You know what I'm saying? And Backpage, I mean, is that it early? Is it Backpage or Backdoor? Is it Backpage?
It's Backpage.
Okay,
I don't even do they still have it, but it was called Backpage.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was telling people to check and see if their daughters was on Backpage, but now you got to check and see if your son on there. Because
you know what?
I ain't for pay.
I really think that the worst one out there is Plenty of Fish.
Okay, well, that's the one I went to get on today, but they wanted a lot of business. I mean, Plenty of Fish really wanted me to fill out a bio and all this. So by the time it was time for the show, I was exhausted and didn't finish because I just wanted to see who's on here because I got all the women texting me, calling me, inboxing me, calling for readings, all this other stuff claiming I can't get a man. And all I see everywhere on the loose is men. So I think we need to set our intention with you can't get what kind of man? A valuable man? An educated man? What type of man are we looking?
I think it's really about how you present yourself. Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of single, and I gotta be honest.
You want them people with the complicated status?
No, it ain't complicated at all.
Okay, because some people, and they say relationship, they say complicated. I'm like, what that mean?
No, it's not complicated. It's just that the options suck. Like the fact that a man can look at me and say, "Hey, you own a business, so I don't have to give you anything but dick." Okay, first of all, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it. I'm good. You got to have something more to offer than sex. And most men don't. I mean, are some very, let me tell you, there are some very exquisite men out there. Okay. Exceptional men. But all they want to do is have sex. And then when you say, hey, I'm good on that, they confused because that's all they got. Not to mention that any woman that has, what they perceive to be something greater, it make them nervous. So I have accepted, and, just to be honest, hey, I even told, all these years I've been thought to be cheating in my relationship. There's nobody to cheat with.
Right.
They don't want me. I cost too much.
Right.
I'm too expensive. You would actually have to buy me something to eat. I don't want you to cook for me. I want to go to a nice restaurant. I want to travel. I don't want to go to a barbecue. I want to go somewhere else. That's too much. That's too much to ask. So I would never get a date. No.
Wow. And that was the thing. I was being questioned by men about my worth, my earnings. I thought that was really peculiar. I mean, they were like, serious. So what do you do? And I was like, I have my own business. Oh, word. What do you do? I'm a daikini. Oh, what is that? I'm like, did you read my profile? Hold up a second. So then I'm like, oh, you actually did just look at my picture. You didn't read anything. So the third thing I found out, so the first thing was unhealed hurts. That's definitely killing relationship. The second thing was the possibility of sex at your fingertips. It's not real. They weren't getting anything from me, but the possibility that I might be slumming, that was number 2. The third thing was complete illiteracy. People don't read anymore. I could have said that I was on there looking for people to follow my cult, and they wouldn't have known because people just don't read anymore. And that is just really, really bad. That's really, really bad. What are you all out here doing? If you can't read 10 lines, how do you read a job application? How are you 40 and you work at a daycare center? You have no potential for retirement. You're not working at a job you're going to be one of those people 82 and still working. And it's sad because early, and as I go into places now, I see more and more senior citizens with jobs and less teenagers and young people. And so it seems like when it comes to these young people being able to get their hands on money, they can only rob or kill for it because your grandmama and your great-grandmama and them is working again. Now, here's the thing. I was talking with a friend of mine who's very educated and finds himself unemployed. And I said to him, here's the thing. For your generation, I said, think about it. I'm 45 and I'm retired from the federal government, okay? But I have a cousin that's been on her job for 25 years. She's only 43 and she's been on her job for 25 years in the federal government. Now, because when I was in school early, we were working in the government in high school. We had this program that allowed us to get out early, and we worked at the State Department, all these places. And when you graduated, they hired you on. Well, that's not the case now. Now, think about it. My cousin is 43. She's been on her job 25 years. Where is she going? She's not going anywhere. The retirement age is 68. So this person who is 29 doesn't have a chance. She's not leaving her job unless she dies. Even though she has 25 years there, she can't retire. And so you see what I'm saying? So these kids that are 30, that are my son's age, 27, they have no choice but to work security guard jobs, McDonald's job, because any type of decent jobs are still being occupied by people my age.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I went to college, quiet as kept. I went to college and I got several medical certifications. There were three that there are three that I've never used. Okay. Right. I could not find a job because, like you said, those people, they don't retire, they die, or they'll retire and they'll still come back and work more.
Right. But here's the thing. In this economy, and I know that times are hard for people. How is it? And maybe it's because of my profession and what I do that I don't understand this. How is it that you would want to receive a bum into all of your essence, into your yoni, into your sacred space? How is it that a bum will do? I just don't understand. The last thing I want. Listen, if I don't like you, my yoni really don't like you. I don't understand how women are in this space where, he can sling that wood or he can do that. Listen, what you could do that with your own hand, girl. Like, boy, bye. I can't even fathom laying down. That's like laying down with and knowing I'm gonna get leprosy. It's like, it's like, I want you to meet somebody. He got leprosy and everything, but leprosy is highly contagious. You know what I'm saying? You can actually take your chances with HIV, but you can't with leprosy. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like walking into a bedroom with a leper and just saying, okay, I'm game. I just don't understand it, because what people don't understand or understand or even try to overstand is that is a sacred and it is a sacred energy exchange. SEX is a sacred energy exchange. You are not releasing, you're exchanging. So if this Negro is jacked up in his finances, you just got infected. You about to be jacked up in your finances.
That is so true. And you know what? You have to be careful. I mean, I got to say, Sierra, you picked a good topic, because the dating scene is terrible. I'm sure that men encounter the same problems and things like that. I mean, I get called gay all the time. Either I'm a lesbian because I'm not responding, or either I'm a lesbian because I'm not interested, or something like that. Right. They'll never be able to call me broke, though.
Right? But here's the thing. The lesbians are playing for keeps. Okay? Listen.
Yeah, they got...
Listen,
yeah.
The lesbians have stepped their game up. Now, listen. They done stepped their game up. Now, I mean, you can get any kind. But these sisters are working. They taking care of kids. I see them.
Yes, honey, whole family.
They are babysitters. Do you hear me? These sisters is taking care of these children.
I'm telling you,
with their saggy pants and their do-rag on and their Timbs. They
of the ones with the frosted mohawks, because them the ones that turn out to be you fuck around and see them being somebody's husband.
Listen, I was out at the fair, and it was the couple, the lesbian couple, and the one was clearly masculine. The little baby dropped her shoe, and she said, "Let daddy get that." And I was like, "What?" But I said, "Yo, this chick got 3 kids, and daddy stepped up in the form of a chick and is handling business." I mean, sister girl had a rack of money in her. I almost wanted to date her. She was
you know what? They really do. And I'm going to tell you, I have a cousin. She is very successful drill sergeant, comeback drill sergeant. She's married. And I mean, they got it going on over there in Hawaii. I don't see anybody else this straight marriage going as great as some of these lesbian couples.
Man, this sister let daddy get it. When I tell you I looked 3 times, I said, "Where daddy at?" And it was her. But listen, when I say she was balloons, bands, she was shooting hoops. Like, I mean, I was like, "Go ahead, Iverson." You know what I'm saying? She had toys everywhere, and they was enjoying the fair. Every chick that was with a dude, it was like he was on a budget. You ain't getting nothing.
Child support. The women don't have child support.
Yes.
Okay? That is the difference. I figured that out a while ago. Like, these women can go out and they can take these women and do these extravagant things and buy the weaves and everything. But these men are struggling. One reason that they are struggling is child support. Child support robs men blind.
But here's the thing. Child support is only hard. In some states, I haven't seen one state where it's more than 18% of your income. It's pennies. Child support.
Not for everybody. Because I know.
No, what I'm saying is 18% of your income. So it's more depending on how much you make. Tyrese, we just saw him crying. I'm at $13,000 a month. What do you want? $13,000. That's a lot of money. And here's the thing. Exactly. What do you want at $13,000? But even Tyrese, look at what he did. He said to her, "I'm sorry that I found a woman and got married and you ain't been able to find a man since I left you." Oh, Tyrese, that's so insulting. And it may be the truth. It could be the truth. It could be the truth. He could have really beat fire off his daughter and upset her, like she said. And so, he's charged with child abuse, and there's a restraining order, and he was on the internet crying about not seeing his baby, but he turned it into the bitter woman syndrome. She's just bitter. She's mad because I got married. And then he said, everyone started screaming that he was broke. I didn't hear that. What I heard him say was $13,000 a month. What more do you want? Like, do you want my soul? Do you want my blood? What do you want? $13,000 a month is a lot of cheddar. But here's the thing. That's still only California being the highest, I believe, state for child support. That's why a lot of celebrities try to hurry up and get out of there when they are in California. They don't want their divorces. They don't want their divorces in California, any of that type of stuff. I know Arnold Schwarzenegger is paying a whole lot, for his son that he had with the maid. But here's the thing, Earlene. Why is it that the ovaries of these broke chicks immediately get pregnant for these rich men?
Because the smart ones get the tubes tied or get it removed altogether.
When I tell you, I see you celebrity men with children with some of the bummiest chicks, and I'm just
come up.
Listen, yes, but here's the thing. When your dude goes broke, how are you as a woman been getting $18,000 a month for years broke. Oh my God. Even when I was reading on Allen Iverson's wife saying that she had to pawn jewelry to take care of her kids, my thing was all that money that he was wasting as a woman, you didn't think to put any of it away. You didn't think to do anything except spend it with him. That's just crazy to me. And so I met a guy. He was a football player in Atlanta. He had a baby, but he had a baby with a chick that had 2 other kids by an NBA player and an NFL player. I'm thinking I wanted to meet her. I thought she was the celebrity more than him, because I was thinking, how in the world do you have 3 babies by celebrities? I mean, by 3 babies. And then he said to me, well, we tend to mess with the same chicks because they know the game already. And I was like, there's a game? There's a game? And you know, he was like, they know the game. And so they kind of pass these women around and it's normal. I thought that was pretty gross. So these women, it's like when you saw Martin's wife, and then she broke up with Martin, they had 2 kids, and then she married Emmitt Smith, the football player. It's like Eric Benet, he was married to Halle Berry, and now he's married to somebody else's ex-wife. But they stay married to like the same women.
Well, I think that money just bear money. There is no way that these women are spending years with these men and walking away without anything. I refuse to believe that, because I was looking up some of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. What is her name? The older one that's always with the bag of bones. What's her name?
Who are you talking about?
Oh, she's the older one. She's the oldest out of all of them. Got the cockeyed husband. Sorry, everybody, if you're a fan. He was a football player, but whatever it is, I can't even find what she's done.
Who are you talking about? Babyface's wife?
What's her name?
Tracey Edmonds. Are you talking about her?
No, she was on the older episodes. She was married. Her husband was a football player. Always had
episodes of what?
Atlanta Housewives.
Oh, you talking about Kim, the white girl?
No, not Octomom. The black one that has the son named Cairo.
Oh, you talking about with the big arms? Yes, I know.
Yeah,
he's talking about.
always working
Sheree.
Sheree.
Chateau Sheree. Yes.
I can't even find what Sheree has done to even have money. So that means that.
Well, I mean, according to everybody, she actually doesn't have money, but you know, they're able to put on a good face like they do.
Well, you know,
right,
apparently the money came from the husband, so she had to carry over money from these relationships.
Right. Eric Benet, you know, he was married to Halle Berry. She wanted to accuse him of being a sex pervert and all that stuff. He was meeting women and having sex with them, but now he's married to Manuela Testolini, who is Prince's ex-wife. And so it's like these men, they pass around wives and they pass around girlfriends, and they're okay. It's like Gabrielle Union. She married Dwayne Wade after he had another baby with another chick who has kids by somebody else in the industry, and she's struggling to get a baby. But you know, it's just weird, because I feel like women are doing this proverbial settling. It's like, I can't speak for where Gabrielle Union was at. She says, you know, Dwayne's her best friend and they were on a break, but on a break, he had no problem taking his raw lingam and going up in a sacred space, you know what I'm saying, and producing a child. And so I would think that a man who was in a long-term serious relationship wouldn't just run up in a jump-off without a condom, but apparently uncondom sex is back in. It's back in full effect. And so people are even on Tinder having sex without protection. I mean, listen, posting your HIV results on Facebook, don't nobody care. People, listen.
Yes, oh my gosh.
They're not even testing you for the right HIV, okay? So that little cheek swab that you're getting is a cheat. And it's still a 10-year incubation period. And there are some people that are carriers of HIV and they're undetected. And so if they swipe their mouth, it's going to come back negative. So ladies, gentlemen, you can't be out here thinking that somebody holding up a card that says I'm clean means they're clean. It's outrageous. But we are in an age where critical thinking is like a lost art, you know. You can call in if you want tonight at 310-928-7733. I know that a lot of you all told me you've been calling and couldn't get through. We checked out the kinks and everything should be good. So if you want to call in, Goddess Sierra, Goddess Earlina, be happy to talk to you tonight. A lot of folks is too busy clicking their fingers and swiping left on Tinder. But I'm going to tell you, and swiping right on Tinder, I'm going to tell you, it took a day and a half. I was exhausted. And I only talked to 9 people maybe. Now, here's the thing. In 1.5 days, I didn't swipe a lot of guys. All the guys that I swiped, I was a match with. So there may have been, in 3 days, I may have swiped 23 people. And all 23 I was a match with. But here's the thing. None of them said a word except for maybe 7 people. And out of that 7 or 8 people, 2 were okay in the head, and the other 5 or 6 were a bit deranged. And so, and then the rest of the, 20-something people didn't say a mumbling word to me. And I thought to myself, how do you date? And then when I talked to some of the younger people, they told me, well, Tinder isn't dating. Tinder is just for hookups.
I just can't. First of all, I would have to get past messaging somebody because messaging is so impersonal. You cannot get to know a person through messaging. I just could not even take it serious. I guess I am horse and buggy when it comes to dating, but the whole messaging going back and forth, ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, what it made me realize is that whatever's wrong in your relationship, folks, you better fix it because it's hard out here for a pimp. It's hard out here. Here's the thing. I have never been a woman, even though I'm a attractive woman, I have never had men approach me. I don't know what that's about, but any man that I ever dated, I knew for quite some time. Men have never asked me out. If I go to a happy hour or something, I'm the girl holding the purse. When I asked a guy at a bar early, and I just got sick of it because all my girlfriends were partying and having fun, and I was holding purses. And so I just asked the guy next to me politely. I said, "Can I ask you a question?" He said, "Sure." I said, "Do I look friendly?" He said, "Yes, you do." I said, "Do I look like I want to have a good time?" He said, "Yes, you do." I said, "Can you tell me why nobody has asked me to dance or asked me, do I want to drink?" And I will not lie to you. His words shocked me. He said to me, "Do you see your friends?" I said, "Yes. They've been asked to dance. They're having a good time. And I'm sitting here holding purses." He said, "I want you to look closer." He said, "You're holding purses with confidence." He said, "They've been asked to dance and still got low self-esteem." He said, "A man coming to you knows that you ain't about no BS. A man coming to you knows that you're not playing." He said, "So we're not even going to come to you because we on some BS." He said, "We're looking to screw, and we know that we can screw your friends." And I said, wow.
Well, there you have it.
I said, well, yeah, because I was like, wow. He said, look at him. He said, they dancing and still want to see if everybody looking at them. They the loudest chicks in here. He said, I don't even see what you're doing with them. And it was just a place where I had outgrown my crowd, but I didn't know whether to be thankful or offended because I thought I'm in this big, beautiful club. One woman in D.C. just married a prince. She met him at the club. Okay, he was the prince of Ethiopia. And I thought, now where was I at when the prince was at the club? I'm thinking like they had a big lavish wedding in DC. It was beautiful. And she wasn't a broke chick either, but they've been dating for, quite some time. It wasn't like it was a whirlwind, but he was a real life prince and a nice looking brother. And so I'm thinking to myself, are women just settling? Are men just settling? I mean, I'm not going to take it to bash men because I don't do that. I just really don't understand, because one guy went on and on about what women were doing, And I actually said to him, Earlene, then explain to me why you settle for it. He went off.
I have to be honest. I think both men and women settle in certain situations because they feel like it's the only option. And some people even, they don't like the relationship that they're in. They're not happy and pleased with the people that they're with, but they stay with these people because they don't want to have to go out there and get on Tinder and have to deal or Plenty of Fish.
Yes.
Or wherever else it is that they drift to, they don't want to have to go into the sunken place and try to find somebody.
Well, here's the thing. I never get asked out on dates. I'm really offended. I don't know what that's about. I
don't either. Don't feel bad. You know what it is?
Well, because you're gay. I mean, we already got that. The men have decided you are gay. But,
yes, that's what they say.
I just don't know what it is. I'm like, okay, I'm attractive. I'm educated. I've got a
they see
good
a shovel
business
in your aura.
What's the shovel for?
You a gold digger.
Oh my God. If anybody, any of my exes, call in 310-928-7733. I mean, I once had to tell a chick that texting ain't real, and she got puzzled and then mad 2 years later and told me she was offended. That's off of our board. So this person says that he was talking to a chick, not a woman, but a chick. See, those are the names you get called when you don't do right, ladies. You get called things like chick. But he said, apparently she was texting, because I know a lot of women now, they want to just text. They don't want to talk. It's to the point now where I can't even reach my girlfriends. They don't answer the phone. I call them and they text me. Hey, girl. And I'm just like, wow, I can't with this. Communication is to an all-time low. Yeah.
I am very confrontational. And I have even gotten to where, I want you to see my face expression. So I go live. I see you've been going live too. Because
I haven't gone live yet. I just post videos because I don't know how the live works. I don't know how the live works, and I don't know. I haven't gone live. I love when you're live, though. I like to come on and look and talk. But I just think that on the board, a question is, why don't people want to talk? I am still wondering.
It's easier. It's easier for people. You don't have to look the person in the face. You don't have to face them. People have a fear of confrontation. They don't know what to say to people. It's easy to talk to people when you don't have to look them in the eyes. It's easier to lie when you don't have to look them in the eyes. It's easier to insult them when you don't have to look at them. Everything is easier.
Well, the way that I text, I'm a very fast texter, and so you're going to want to talk to me because I can put 6 paragraphs down in a matter of seconds, and Siri is completely attuned to my voice, so I can talk to that heifer, and she's going to type everything verbatim. So you don't stand a chance with a goddess like me. But I'm telling you, we're going to continue this topic next week because tonight, Earlene, I'm going on Plenty of Fish. And so... we're going to be talking whether or not, if there's plenty of fish in the sea, who can we catch? Because that's the thing. I think it's plenty of sharks. I think that's exactly what I'm going into. And I think, my pastor would kill me, but I think I want to try to see what the ladies are talking about, because I see.
Girl, I thought you was going to say, I'm going to try Christian Mingle.
Well, here's the thing. T.S. Henson, transsexual, hinting on T.S. Madison always says, and to my people on Christian Mingle. So he done already spilled the tea on what was going on Christian Mingle.
If he done been messing with somebody on Christian Mingle, I know some man out there is ruined. They are damaged.
He has talked about it. So no offense, for those who want to call T.S. a he or T.S. a she. I don't know. I don't know what T.S. Madison goes by as far as like the gender, and it don't make me no difference whether it's he, she, shim, him, whatever. But it's hilarious. T.S. Madison is hilarious, and we'll put you on blast. So all you download brothers, be careful because your business is in the street. And I don't even know why people want to be download nowadays. It's almost like gay is the new trend. I don't even know why men are trying to play anymore and why I need to be your beard. I don't understand it because it's almost like that type of relationship is celebrated. But I'm thinking about signing in women wanting women just to see what the women are offering, because I had this chick down at the wharf in Maryland. She told me, she said, hey, I'm a firefighter. I work here on the weekend. She was not playing. When I say she was trying to pick me up, she gave me a discount on my crabs. I mean, that was my boo. You understand what I'm saying? She was hooking her sister up. And I just thought to myself, man, she's not playing. She is serious. She was telling me her jobs. I thought she was going to give me her W-2. That's how I said, sweetheart, I appreciate that, but I'm not gay. She said, it don't matter. I'm not either. I said, huh? She said, I'm not either. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I'm not attracted to women. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you, if she had been a dude, listen, I'd have been like, listening, because sister girl wasn't playing. She was like, I'm ready for a family. I'll take care of your kids. I was like, what? A real life wife? But she was, what they call a stud and, masculine looking. And here's my thing. I really like men, and I really don't understand that if I like men, why I would date a woman that looks like a man, because I like men. And so
Let me tell you.
I don't understand.
A friend of mine fell in love in a club one night with what she thought was a man. It was a woman.
Some of them fine. I ain't even gonna lie. But here's the thing, ladies. You got a twinkle in your eye, so I see you. See, women have a twinkle in their eye and men don't. So a lot of these women, they fooling you because some of them got facial hair now, but it's that twinkle that lets me know that you're a sister. And so, I'm like, no, I'm going to find out if you're naughty or nice. And so next week, we're going to be talking about Plenty of Fish, because that's Earlene's nemesis. She thinks it's the worst. All y'all calling in for your readings with your man on Plenty of Fish. She's sick of it. And so I'm going to get on Plenty of Fish, and I'm going to see what's going on. You can see the results of that next week. I'm going to try to last a week, Earlene. I don't know if I will, because it's very stressful. But in the meantime, for those who want to get in touch with you, go ahead and give them your contacts, Earlene.
You can reach me at Beauty Raw Spiritual for 233-220-2215.
And y'all know to catch me on SierraTorres.com or 254-466-3965. Here for all of your needs. And the other thing, Earlene, I'm trying to get an invite. There's a group on Facebook now. Is like, is this your nigga or something like that? And apparently there's women on here with other people's boyfriends.
Yeah.
On a cash app wanting you to pay $1 to see who it is. Now, this is a brand new hustle. Black people, y'all are being innovative on your own businesses. I love it. I mean, pay $1 per person on Cash App, on social media to witness the video camera of this. This is innovative. This is amazing. So we're going to see next week live. We'll see you back 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, 5 p.m. Pacific on InnerlightRadio.com.
Used to let downs and heartbreak ghosts and silhouettes of your heartaches. I can show you better, baby.